Good morning. Welcome to the Monday Morning Kickstart Call. This is Linda Fields, and I'm so glad to see those of you joining us on Facebook Live and those of us on Zoom as well. We have Leonard, we have Yvette, Leonard, I need more coffee. We have Amanda, and we have others hopping on the call. And today's topic is the secret skill of fasting for your business. Now, you may have thought of fasting in the past as something you would do when you're on a spiritual journey and when you want to get closer to God and when you're making a spiritual emphasis in your life. And fasting is awesome for that. You know, fasting, can you believe I'm so excited about it? I'm actually in a fast of sorts right now. And I'm watching the Lord really take down the barriers in the communion between my heart and his heart. And you know, fasting does that. It gets us to a place where we can hear God again more clearly. You know, this life, let's just face it, there's sludge that gets on us. That's what I'm going to call it. And it dulls our hearing and it dulls our vision. Hey, Mary. Hey, Linda. Hey, Dan. Hey, Curtis. Hey, Daisy. Patrick's here. Faith, grace, hope, and love over here. And all these folks are around the table. And the deal about fasting is for all of us. We've all done it at one time or another and to one degree or another. But today I'm going to ask you to view fasting in a new light. I'm going to ask you to view fasting as one of your secret skills that you need as a spiritual professional for your business. There are three questions or 3 points I want to make. And the first one is, question is, does God have something to say about your business? I want to tell you, yes, he does. God has something to say about your business. And when you start fasting, you know, we always have prayer lists and we pray for the people in our families who need help. We pray for all these things, and they're all good things. But I'm going to ask you to consider a fast with me for the next 7 days. Okay, getting personal here. For your business. I want you to bring your business needs to the top of your list. And understand that business is something worth fasting about and fasting for. And so, number one, does God have something to say about your business? The answer is yes. He gave it to you. He called you into it. He has resources. He has clients. He has strategies. So, yeah, you need to understand that God has something to say about your business. Number two, can you hear God speak? You know, I'm really excited about this language right now. We just launched a course last night, and we're gonna give you the website for it here today. It is hearinggodspeak.live. Hearinggodspeak.live. So who wouldn't want to hear God speak live, right? You know, I mean, real time. We know God speaks in the Bible. We know God speaks many different ways, but God has something to say to you about your business. You need to hear it with clarity. And thirdly, this is how you sharpen your hearing. You fast. Fasting is one of the best ways to sharpen your hearing. If you're in a time right now where you're needing to get in touch with the Lord about plans for this next season. I just had a long discussion with a gentleman in our prayer meeting, and he was telling me, I'm at a crossroads. Here's some things I want to get figured out. Here's some things I need to hear God on. Here's some leadings I have. Good morning, Raquel. And when we find ourselves needing help, this is for all of us. When you find yourself needing help, schedule a fast. And I'm inviting you on a 7-day fast even now. And I'm going to give you a verse to consider. This is out of Ezra and the 8th chapter and the 21st verse. Now, Ezra tells the story of the children, of God's children. Hey, Judy Knuckles, good morning, dear friend. God tells a story, or the Bible tells a story in Ezra about the leadership that was in place. Ezra was a leader, and this was when they had were bringing the children into the promised land. They've rebuilt the temple. A lot of awesome things are going on, and in this chapter, take time to read it in its entirety later, but Ezra called all the leaders of the families together. Now, I want you to say, I'm the leader of a family. Whether you're married, whether you're single, whatever. Say, I'm the leader of a family. Who's your family? It's the people you're teaching. It's the people you're gathering. It's the people you're leading. It's the business clients you're serving. And so don't think family necessarily means natural children. It can, and those are certainly part of who you're leading. But I want to ask you to think like a business person who's leading a family in the marketplace. You with me? You made that little adjustment there? We're thinking about your family as those in the marketplace you're leading. So I'm thinking today of people I'm coaching. I'm thinking of people in True Tribe who are inner circle members who are getting webinars and learning about how to be a spiritual professional, learning what it is to set goals with God. Did you know to set goals without God is pure torture? Did you know that to build a network without God is totally manipulative? But did you know there's a holy way to build a network? There's a holy way to set goals. So all these teachings that we have in the Spiritual Professional Data Bank are for you so that you can learn. You're part of our family. You're the family that we're wanting to lead and lead well. We have others who are ready to go further in their walk, and they're in the VIP thing, and they get on a monthly coaching call together and solve problems together. We have other things coming up. But why am I saying this to you? Because all of you, those of you on this call, those of you on Facebook, those of you on Zoom, those of you in the membership at different levels, I consider you part of my family. And I want to lead you well. So I don't take it lightly that you're spending some time with me this morning. And so here's what Ezra said. We gathered all the heads of the families together, and he said, we're going to humble ourselves before God to seek from him what? The right way. How many of you would like to know the right way to go right now with your business? We are going to, Ezra said, we're going to humble ourselves before God to seek him for the right way for us and for our little ones. For our little ones? Who are your little ones? It's your family. Who are you leading? Who are your customers? Who do you have meetings with on your calendar this week? Who's following you? This is your family. In the way of marketplace ministry we're teaching, you are a pastor or a father or mother figure to the people you're leading, selling to, serving, discipling. And how can you do it best? By beginning with a fast. Ezra did it. And in verse 23, I love this. Let me just read it to you without stopping to commentate if I can. Humble ourselves before God to seek from him the right way for us and for our little ones. And get this next phrase. And our possessions. Does God care about your possessions? Does God care about your computer? Does God care about your database? Does God care about your products? Yes, yes, and yes. And then if you skip down to verse 23, it says, and he answered our prayer. So we want to fast for 7 days. I'm inviting you on a fast for 7 days to go before God to do exactly what Ezra 8:21 and 23 is talking about. Because, frankly, you need it. There's a lot of opportunity around right now. There's a lot of optimism in most markets. There's a lot of excitement about doing your thing with God right now. And keep that with God in there. Don't get so excited and take off on the whole thing and leave God behind. This is your awesome invitation to know God and go deep. And so when we fast, the reason we do it is to get close to God. And let me tell you why fasting is so important. The key word here in Ezra 8 says we humbled ourselves in a fast. There are other scriptures where David humbled himself in a fast. When you're fasting, you're acknowledging there are things I need to know I cannot possibly drag up out of my own heart or by pulling myself up by my bootstraps. There is revelation and knowledge God has for me. When I humble myself to pray, when I humble myself in a fast, I can hear God speak. God starts to get that sludge off of your ears and those heavy burdens off of your back. Some of you have been carrying burdens that are not yours to carry. The Bible says, bear one another's burdens, but carry your own load. Some of you have picked up someone else's load. Who are you carrying around on your back that is weighing you down? Perhaps ask God, Lord, is this a load or a burden? We don't do ourselves any favors, and we don't do the people that we're trying to serve any favors when we carry the part that is theirs. So as a spiritual professional, there's so much excitement right now about stepping into what you're doing, hearing God, understanding God does have something to say about your business. You need to hear it with clarity. And the way to go is fasting. So I'm going to encourage you to come with me on a 7-day fast for your business even now. I also want to take you to a website right now. And this website is www.hearing, H-E-A-R-I-N-G, hearinggodspeak.live. Hearinggodspeak.live. And this is an announcement we had just released last night about a 6-week course that will be 6 Thursday nights. And it starts next week and will go for 6 weeks. And you can get a little info about what you can expect to learn. And you've got a story to look at. You got a video I made in my house just talking to you about it. And the dates are, here we go, March 16th through April 20th. And this is going to be a live online course. You're going to have access to the recording after the fact. You're going to have downloadable notes, and you're going to have the chance to ask questions. So I'm looking for the first 25 people to sign up for this at a very special rate, and all these details are on hearinggodspeak.live. And we're going to go deep here from a place of fasting, from a place of prayer. Now, you may say, do I have to fast to get in the class? Well, no, not really, but you'll do a lot better if you do, because your hearing will be sharpened. And so as we wrap this up today, just remember, God has something to say to you about your business. You need to hear about it with clarity, increased clarity, and fasting is the way to go. Now, you may be saying, well, what kind of fast are you talking about? I'm going to let you decide. Some of you may fast from media. Some of you may fast from all food, some food. Some of you may do a Daniel fast. You figure it out. You find the fast that works for you, but do fast. And come on this 7-day speed track journey to hear God for your business. He's got something to say. You want to hear it, and your season is now. So go again to hearinggodspeak.live, get signed up for the course, be one of the first 25 to get in there. There'll be some other goodies we'll announce, and even some special guest interviews we're going to do. In fact, one of them, I think, just walked in the room. So if you're not here, you're not going to know about it. Yeah. All right. God bless and keep you. I'll see you next Monday morning. Good morning.